Thiradin, you wake up, your mouth is full of a bitter, spicy, kind of thick green sludge.
I instantly spit it out.
Yeah, where do you spit in front of you? Do you
Just
turn to the side?
I just want it out of my mouth. So yeah, I
All
just
right.
spit it up.
All right, yeah, you just spit up all over yourself, kind of, and kind of spraying the area in front of you. You are laying down, your head kind of aches, and you're just kind of a little sore, but overall you're feeling pretty okay. You don't have a fever anymore. You're on a straw bed. Engrin is right in front of you, and he was actively pouring the substance into your mouth when you spit it back up.
Yeah.
On the other side of the bed from Engrin is a short woman with round features. She's got glasses and dark pulled back hair, and she is pulling back kind of in surprise from your sudden spittle.
Yeah, I kind of look at her like my eyes super wide.
Thiradin, you're awake.
Mm-hmm.
This is Janet.
Hey.
She can do magic.
She's kind of gives you a smile, but she looks pretty worried.
We're in row.
Yeah, around the bed that you're in, there's a pulled back white curtain that would go all the way around. You see two other similar beds with nightstands next to them over to your side, and on the wall across from you is a small desk. The room you're in is a medium-sized rectangular room, fairly long, with windows running above your head.
Okay.
So Janet, now that he's awake, should he keep eating the root?
I don't want to.
No, I don't think so.
Are
You
I
sure?
think it should be good.
It might be good for him.
I mean, I don't think it'll hurt anything, but I don't think it's necessary.
Oh, okay. Hey, Thiradin, are you hungover at all?
And I kind of like move my eyes around to see if I get nauseous. No. Yeah, I think I'm okay. And I kind of like look at this new person, Janet, and then kind of look back at Engrin. Pardon me. Wait. Okay, is Janet human?
Yes.
Oh, ooh. The plot thickens, eh? Mind if me and my cousin have a few moments? Janet?
Oh, of course. I'll just step outside.
Okay. And I kind of like gulp.
As you look back at Engrin, he had kind of started to take out one of his hangover cure things, and when you said you weren't hungover, he like puts it back in his satchel.
So, we're in Row, right? That's the place on the map.
That's what I'm told.
Or not the... Was it a map? I'm trying to like recollect like the last couple days.
I think it was the journal.
The journal.
What's his name?
But it was a map.
Higgs?
There was a map in the... Yeah, Higgs.
Or Hogg.
No, it was Higgs.
Have you seen Fran?
Fran? No, I don't think so. Look, I don't remember much. I remember going to sleep. I remember having some really wicked, like, drunk dreams. That kobold moonshine does not fuck around, let me tell you.
What was in your dream?
It's not really important.
Well, I mean, it might be. I had some weird dreams, too.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened in yours?
Well, there was this kid, and he was down by some water. I think it might have been like an ocean. And then there was this really badass looking guy with armor who was translucent like I was. And then we went through a rock, and then this old guy, like, he hit me in the chest. But there was also a mural of Grovehold, and the sword was in it, and then I woke up.
Wow, that sounds pretty crazy.
I think the kid's name, it's getting His name is getting blurry to me. I remembered it so clearly.
And I kind of like sit up, like I'm not like, and I kind of like wipe that green sludge off my chin. And then I kind of
I
like,
think it might have been Frederick.
I don't even like acknowledge that. And I just kind of like show the green sludge to Engrin. And I kind of in like a, what the fuck is this gesture.
Oh yeah, I found that in a hut with a frog.
And you, pardon?
There was a frog that lived in the bottom of the hut, and he lived near some roots.
So you fed me strange hut sludge?
It's a known medicine in these parts, apparently.
Known to who?
Here, look. I pull out the book of herbs, and I flip to the page of the root. What is the root called again? I forgot.
Cleftfoot root.
Cleftfoot?
And you notice, Thiradin, that the journal is not in Engrin's handwriting.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
You do not. You just know it's not his journal.
See?
Where the hell did you get the book?
From Janet.
Okay,
She's been very helpful.
Sure, who's Janet exactly?
Janet is the first person I met out here. She helped wake me up when I was dreaming. I woke up in a bed just like yours. I think I was in the bed right there. I point over to the bed I was in.
Wait, then how did you get here?
Well, I've been here... Oh, yeah. Some hunters found us, and they found the body of the demon, and so they brought us over here. But for some reason, they didn't bring Fran with, so I don't know what that's all about.
Probably because Fran is like a demon too.
I don't think Fran is a demon. I think Fran is a nice person.
Demon, Damon, it's all kind of the same, right? Hey, speaking of the demon, I kind of reach like for where I fell asleep in the tree where my bag would have been. Is like my bag nearby?
Yeah, your bag's leaning against the table next to you.
Okay, so I reach for it, I don't grab it, but then I see it next to the table and I grab it and I kind of rummage through it looking for the red demon stone.
Yes, it is there.
Is the small chest with the colored stones in there as well?
It is.
Okay, so they haven't robbed us blind. That's a good start.
Wait. I think we might need those.
Need what?
So, when I was finding that root, there was a stone hut that I couldn't get inside of. The door was magically locked shut. And it had the Grovehold sigil on it. Thiradin. The Grovehold sigil.
Okay. Are you sure? You're positive?
Uh-huh. If you want to go, see, as soon as you're feeling up to it, we can go back there.
Yeah.
I might want to rest for the night, because I did have to fight that frog a little bit. He gave me no choice.
Wait, you had to fight a frog?
I had to fight a very large frog. I tried to be friends with him, but I ended up needing to use
You had to fight a frog?
intimidation.
Wait. So, was that real? Or was that part of your dream?
That was real, as you can see.
So you had to fight
scratches
a
and
real
bite marks
frog?
I have all over my body.
Yeah, Engrin does look a little worse for wear. There's like some kind of dried slime in his hair, and he does have some scratches along him.
Hey, Engrin.
Yeah?
That's legitimately the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, that's irrelevant.
You got beat up by a frog?
I beat the frog.
Okay, but you still look really shitty.
You should see the frog.
Okay, where's the frog?
Well, we can go visit it if you want.
Wait, it's still alive? You couldn't even kill it?
I didn't want to kill it. Why would I kill it?
Well, because it tried to
It
kill
just
you!
thought I was intruding. It thought I was intruding in its territory.
You got your ass kicked by a frog. Oh, God. What are we doing out here?
We're gonna have to find some shelter again.
Wait, we can't stay here?
I think it's a hospital, so probably not. They have a tavern, though. They probably have some beds there.
All right, let's go. And I swing my legs out of the bed, do I kind of have like do I have like my cognitive abilities? Am I able to move?
Yeah, you can move around.
All right.
You feel a little sore because you haven't moved in a couple days, but everything works just right.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get some drinks, okay? God, I hope they have alcohol. I'm sure if they have alcohol, if the kobolds have alcohol. What the fuck is a kobold, by the way? It's all written in Higgs' journal, but I have no idea. Is that like a form of demon, I wonder?
I don't think it's a demon. I think it's some kind of like flying lizard.
Yeah, we don't. Well, okay, so that I don't know if you know anything about demons, but that kind of sounds like a demon, to be honest.
But you saw the other demon. It was clad in steel. It flew down from the sky in a big explosion.
Look, I'm not like a demon, demon scientist, okay? Demon scientist. That's odd. Hey, weird question. In your dream, was there an old man?
There was indeed an old man, and he woke me up.
Did he have a robot arm? And when I say robot, which is a word that I've never heard,
Yeah, you have a similar moment of like that weirdness with the deer.
the deer, yeah, robot,
Excuse me, robot arm?
robot, metal
What's-
with like weird, like they're like veins, but like sparky. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a lightning vein?
Yeah, exactly like a lightning vein, but like encased in metal.
Now, Thiradin, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Okay, you got your ass kicked by a frog, so let's hold judgment until I'm done.
You just made up a word.
So what? You make words up all the time. I don't know if you remember us trying to get out of Grovehold, but you were saying a lot of freaky shit. Okay? So let's, I can make up a word every once in a while if you can, pretend to speak like the old magics,
Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
talk to Janet.
Wait.
I'll meet you at the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, the tavern. God, that's going to be good.
Or I guess we could just go talk to Janet together and then go to the tavern together too. I think that would also work.
Okay, but that would take away from tavern time.
But I have to give Janet back her. Just go, okay?
Yeah. And I kind of like stand up and I kind of look around and I grab my backpack. And I'm still kind of out of it, I think. What I assume is being hungover. And I kind of follow Engrin. Because I don't know where the hell I'm going. So,
Yeah, I go out to where Janet would be.
Cool. Yeah, you open the doors of the hospital and step outside. Janet's standing a little bit away talking to a older guy, and it looks like their conversation's just wrapping up. And he starts to head away. She turns to you guys and walks on over.
Hey, Janet.
You're up on your feet. That's good.
oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
How do you feel?
In all honesty, not great. Not too good.
Well, what are your symptoms?
Well, I feel I feel sober. And I'd like to fix that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean,
Oh wait!
I
reach into my bag and I take out the jug of kobold moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay, so this stuff is pretty good. And then I kind of look at like Engrin, and I'm not really like paying attention to Janet because I'm pretty sure Janet's a demon. So I kind of go like, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Is I think what's going on right now. And so I kind of looked at Engrin and I go, did you try this stuff?
No.
Like, okay, so it's pretty good.
Maybe you should lay off of that for a moment while you recover.
See, I appreciate the thought. Doctor, is that what I call you?
That works well.
Okay. No, you know, no offense, but I'm pretty sure you're a demon. Of some kind.
Eyebrows raised in
Yeah.
disbelief.
Yeah, so, like, sure, you're not trying to kill me right now.
Uh-huh.
Thiradin,
I
actually,
did provide the knowledge that woke you up.
yeah,
From
and
the coma?
also on top of that, Thiradin, I have been informed that the people out here haven't seen a demon in about 300 years until the one that we killed.
And I kind of, like, look from Engrin to Janet, back to Engrin, and I go, okay.
She gives you a nod.
So here's the thing, Engrin. That sounds exactly like something a demon would say.
Oh.
And I kind of like throw my arms up, like, and one of my arms like has like the jug of cobalt moonshine in it, and I kind of throw my arms up, like, look, I'm just saying, like,
I just point in the direction of the tavern.
Right. Well, don't get too unsober. I was just talking, and tomorrow night we're going to hold a town meeting to discuss what happened out there. We would love it if you would come and speak.
Yeah, that'll be no problem.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
Also, here, I pull out the book again, and I say, here, you can have this back.
Yes.
You want to trade back?
She opens the door and steps over to her desk, grabbing the Chronicler's Journal and swapping them with you. Thank you. You have
For sure.
obtained the First Chronicler's Journal.
Nice.
and I'm just kind of like, I kind of give Janet like a quick like nod and wave, but also like it's kind of there's a bit of snark to it, like, see you later, demon. I don't say that, but like it's obviously like not that full of respect. And then I head out the direction of this so-called tavern.
I'd love to talk to you about if you had any insights on that journal, but I gotta go keep watch over him.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
I'll catch you around.
Is he always like that?
Well, since we left, yeah, and before that, his brother just died. He's always been a drunk. It's a whole thing.
Okay, well, we can talk later, Engrin. Good talking to you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, farewell. Bye, Thiradin.
Bye, demon. And I step out the door into this town so-called Row.
All right, let me upload the map again. Da-da-da-da.
Ooh, what this? Oh man, look at Marlowe's Inn.
There's Marlowe's Inn. You guys just stepped out the front door of the hospital, so you guys can take whatever path you so well please. You did just leave the door that's facing Marlowe's Inn.
Sweet.
And I pointed at Marlowe's Inn, so I'm just gonna follow Thiradin.
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm just gonna, I guess I'm gonna go, like, right, I guess, get on that main road and just get there. All the while, what am I seeing? Like, are there other people about?
Yeah, there's people about. They're just doing regular town stuff, drawing water from the well. You see carts moving. It looks like merchants come through this town. There's horses in the stable next to Marlowe and somebody attending to the horses. Lady sweeping the middle of the street down the road, which is a bit odd, but who knows. Yeah, it just seems like a nice, quiet town. Sparsely placed houses with thick, dense forest all around it.
Hey, Ingrid, I don't want to bring this up in front of the demon. Do you think we're dead?
No, not really. Why?
I don't know. I had a really good talk with Bill. And
What?
yeah. I don't know. I just got some vibes that maybe like we're dead. You know?
What did you dream about?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it kind of felt like a dream, but it also kind of felt real.
When you looked down at your hands, could you see through them at all?
Yeah, there was some, like, translucent bullshit going on. Why?
I had the same thing.
I don't like that, actually. I don't like that at all.
I also talked to a being in the dream who had the same kind of translucent thing going on,
Yeah. Really?
and they said that they were dreaming. I had quite a nice conversation. He confirmed that the stones we got were stones of power. He looked surprised.
Yeah, kinda. Here's the thing. I also spoke with some people, 2 people, to be exact. Bill, who's a goat herd now.
What?
Yeah. He's like a goat herd, I guess, in the afterlife. Also, Grandpa was wrong. Grandpa was really wrong about like the afterlife. Completely off.
I
least
mean, that
that's-
doesn't particularly surprise me.
No, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's like funny though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Billy said that we had to like save the world and all that bullshit, which makes me think that we're dead, you know? Because like,
Wait, Billy said what about having us? We had to save the world.
yeah.
What did he know about what was going on?
That's kind of the thing, right? He was being really cryptic. The only thing I really remember is that he was a goat herd, and that Grandpa was wrong.
That seems like you're holding back.
No, like, I know it probably feels that way, but if anything, he was holding back.
I think we should try to induce this dream state again.
Okay, so I'm right there with you, and I kind of like lift up the kobold moonshine. Look, I'm willing to take one for the team, okay?
Right.
There's about 2 shots in there.
Yeah, let's split them.
Well, okay, here's the thing, though.
Okay, I'll take a half shot, and you take a shot and a half.
See, that's a much better idea. Here's the thing. There was also what I was saying about like the old man with like the weird metal arm. That felt very.
I don't remember a metal arm in mine.
So he said that he had an army for us. Which, like, again, that sounds pretty fake, right? Right?
Wait, like he wanted us to lead an army?
I guess
He had an army to destroy us.
No. He seemed very not friendly. He was actually terrifying. And he also had like these 3 people who were also very terrifying, but they couldn't really see me. Hey, weird question.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of circuitry?
It does not ring a bell.
Okay. How about mechanics?
I mean, the mill uses some kind of mechanical.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So, what about circuitry mechanics? Does that ring any bell?
I mean, the only bell I can think of is the mill, which was spinning some kind that weird dome thing in Grovehold.
What about quantum thermodynamics?
That is really beyond me.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of those words mean anything.
Yeah. So, I kind of like stop in the middle of the road as I try to recollect the rest of like the books that I saw. Okay. Here's another one: mechanical and magical interfacing. Huh?
See, magic makes sense.
Right. Which
I guess it would make sense that you could use magic to make like a mill go.
Right.
Maybe that's what's happening in Grovehold.
Grovehold. Oh, right. There was also like, this is all, of course, fake dream stuff. But there was also an old tome. With the symbol of Grovehold on it.
Well, what was in it? Did you read it?
I could not.
You were asleep for so much longer than me. You didn't have time to read one book.
Well, first off, I read quite a few books. Or at least I glanced through quite a few books.
Right.
Unfortunately... Okay, so, first off, I bet I could have read the book. But my hands went right through it. And I kind of look at Engrin, and I kind of look at the back at the bottle of Cobalt Moonshine. I think all of this is becoming too much for my tiny little bard brain to handle.
I'll say you're reaching the steps of Marlowe's, or you're standing down at the base of the steps now.
And I go, okay, this was a good... I'm glad we could kind of dream journal to each other.
Yeah.
But I think I've had enough of that, to be honest.
For now, at least, right?
Well, maybe forever.
Maybe just in a bit we'll keep talking about it more, though.
Debatable. Okay. Anyway. And I kind of like point to the door, and I push it open, and I walk in. I walk in to this holy house.
Marlowe's Tavern and Inn is much larger than the inn back in Grovehold. There's a whole bunch of tables off to one side that are sparsely populated. It's what it would be. I guess it would be evening time, so there's a fair number of people in here, but it's mostly, it looks like traveling merchants and the like, eating dinner, talking about business, and you see a table with hunters. Engrin, you do not spot Cecil at the table.
Darn it.
There's a tall man with dark shoulder-length hair at the bar reading a book, like on the other side of the bar.
Thiradin. We're probably gonna need some money, right?
Yeah, about that. And I reach into my my kind of like into the side of my backpack, and I pull out that little like bag of coins. All good. And I walk over to the bar without saying another word.
I will follow.
As you approach the bar, the man standing there looks up and closes his book, sets it off to the side. Ah, what can I do for you?
I would like the bottle of your strongest spirit, my fair demon.
Right. Demon?
Right.
He's already drunk.
Ah, well. Then of course our strongest bottle. And he turns, and behind him you see it's actually just a shelf of identical bottles of the same light brown liquid. He kind of looks around mockingly and then grabs one of the identical bottles and pours a glass for Thiradin. You too?
Yeah, just some ale.
We only have the one, unfortunately.
Fine with me.
Nods, pours you a glass as well, sets them up. Right, that'll be 4 copper.
I kind of like reach into this sack, and I open it up, and I only have 2 pieces of copper. So I hand that to him, and then I kind of like take out a piece of the silver, and I kind of like show it to him, and I slide it his way, and I say, let's keep it coming, you know?
He nods. I can do that.
Perfect. And I take this glass of spirit, and I down it in one go, and then I pass the mug back to him and have him pour another.
You swing back and just throw it back instantly, and it is the same stuff that the kobolds had, for sure.
Shit.
He starts refilling your glass, though, when you put it down.
So, hi, my name's Engrin, and this is my cousin Thiradin, and we're new in town.
Good to, you're the two that the hunters brought in, right?
Yeah.
I'm Marlowe. This is my inn.
Nice to meet you, Marlowe. Very fine establishment you have here.
Thank you.
Do you happen to know where one could find some rooming in these parts?
Well, you happen to be in the right place. We've got rooms available. A 2-bedroom is 3 silver, and a 1-bedroom is 2 silver. What will it be?
So,
for how long?
Per night.
I have a bit of a little proposition for you, demon.
Not a demon.
Well, I agree to disagree. Here is the thing. I I'm quite talented. And I kind of looked at Engrin like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to go with it. When it comes to the art of song and story.
Oh, really?
Truly. And I would be willing to offer my services for free for a simple room for me and my companion, my good cousin.
Well, I would argue that that's not quite for free, but why don't you give us a show, and if it's good, we'll think about it.
Happily. And I kind of looked at Engrin and kind of like shrugged, because this is... I think I've like obviously done like small time stuff back at like the Grovehold Inn, but like never...
You've
never
led a
for,
chant or
like,
two.
Yeah, like this is kind of me going off the seat of my pants here.
Yeah, I'm very worried.
So I walk kind of like point to like, is there like any kind of raised dais or anything like that? Dais?
Nope.
All right. So I kind of walk to like an open chamber and I kind of like point to the ground and kind of look back at Marlowe, kind of like shrug, like, is this good?
He shrugs. Yeah, we'll say on the back wall across from the door, there's a spot near the stairs you can go that leaves enough room for people to easily go up to the stairs.
Sweet. And I kind of go over there and I take out my flute from my backpack and put my backpack down, and I then grab. I imagine that I also have the bottle in my the glass in my hand, and I drain that once more, and I put it down on a table next to me, and I kind of look around the inn, and what kind of people are in there?
It's a lot of traders. It looks like just passing through. They look like they are like it's not like extravagant silk traders or gems. It's just like, you know, standard goods. These are just regular working people.
Cool. And yeah, I kind of like take out my flute and I play a tune to kind of get a tone, to get like a note, to get the tone or whatever. And I kind of go, ladies and demons of Row.
The room goes like not completely quiet. Some people are still talking and just trying to ignore you, but some people definitely stop and look.
My name is Danny Ossran. I am new to your fair town. I am from a place called Grovehold, and it is my great pleasure to bring you some of my local songs, ballads, stories. And I kind of like look at the it's obviously like this liquor is trying to take effect. Mm-hmm. And I kind of look to Engrin and give him like a wink, like, look, I'm doing it.
And I mouth, Danny?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm here to sing and tell stories of my homeland. And I'd like to start with a little tune I like to call the Lady Harhelm's Blouser. Blouser? And I kind of look to Engrin like, is that right? Blouse?
Blouse.
Trousers?
Trousers?
Anyway, I play a note on the flute, and I break into a beautiful rendition of the Lady Harhelm's Blousers. So do you want me to roll a performance?
Yes, please.
Oh man, 23. God bless that +5 performance.
Oh, all right, man. Yeah, you know what? Despite the, I'm gonna say odd start, you do good. Yeah, people seem a little trepidated at first, but they get into it, and you know, after a little bit, people are tapping their feet. Or what is this? Is this a song? Is this?
Yeah, it's like a song ballad, you know, like
right.
kind of a talk singing song where I play a few notes of the flute and then kind of give like a bit of a poetic reading about the infidelity of the Lady Harhelm.
Yeah, people don't know the lyrics, so no one really sings along.
And,
but
and I think
a couple
that's the other
people
point
kinda
is... I don't think Thiradin really knows the lyrics either. He's just kind of like... And he's changing off trousers and blouse. Like every time that he has to bring up the item of clothing, he switches which one he's talking about. Because, of course, this is the Lady Harhelm's blousers. And, yeah.
Yeah, there's some people that kind of just sing along with the melody at one point. There's one guy that gets bold and tries to sing along with a repeated verse, but
and at
gets
that
caught
point
up
I
on
go,
the
take it
trouser
away!
blouse.
And I point to him. And
he goes,
the Lady Harhelm's blousers! And I kind of like give him like the lead, and then
he just kind of falters and looks around as people start to turn towards him and just kind of sinks down into his drink and his...
Everyone buy that man a drink! And then I kind of like, as I say that, I kind of like motion at my glass as well, which is now empty. Like, get me a drink too. And
Marlo will come down and he replaces your glass.
Wait, so you're drinking and playing the flute?
yeah, so like I'll play the flute and then put the flute down, take a drink, and then give another verse of the song.
Well, Engrin, do you drink more than one glass?
Yeah, now that I see what's going on here, I'll drink it faster than I normally would.
Cool.
And as I finish the Lady Harhelm's blousers, I say, "Wow, what an enthralling audience you've been. But believe me, there is more if you wish for it." And I kind of look to Marlo like, "Do we have a deal?"
Marlo gives you a satisfied nod. He seems impressed.
I bow and I walk back to the I walk back to the bar, and all the while I pass the demons, and I kind of like pat him on the back and stuff, and I say to the guy who like tried to sing, I say, "For a demon, you've got spirit, and I appreciate that." And I walk to the bar.
he looks both flattered and also confused.
Yeah.
Engrin lets out a hearty laugh and says, "Ha ha! Good joke!"
What joke?
Trying to get the rest of the group
joke.
to realize he's kidding about the demons.
They seem to accept it.
And so I kind of walk back to the bar and I say, "So, we have a deal. I'll perform for you as many nights as you'll allow, and in exchange, you'll give us a room. It doesn't need to be anything special, just a place for us to lay down our heads."
That sounds good. Well, let me grab you a key. And he goes down to the end of the bar, reaches under, pulls out a room key, hands
And I
you...
kind of looked at Engrin like, "Holy shit, that worked, huh?"
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard it either.
Right, yeah.
Do you think that's magic?
It might be magic. You know, you could turn some of the poems in the First Chronicler's Journal into songs.
My eyes kind of widen, and I kind of look at him like, "That's not a bad idea."
If you need some more inspiration.
All right, so here's an idea, okay? Stick with me here. What if, instead of killing more demons, we stay here? Because these are obviously good demons. Like,
I don't think they're demons, but yes, they are good.
okay, but
Marlo gets back and tosses you guys the key to room number 7 and starts refilling your glasses. Definitely not demons.
debatable, but I like your gumption. And I kind of look back to Engrin, and I say, what if instead of going out risking our lives, killing demons, bad demons? And I say to Marlo, as I kind of look to him like reassuringly.
He gives you a "of course" kind of look.
We stay here. We settle down. We live our life. Look at all these people, huh?
And they know magic.
They do know magic.
See, I told you magic was good.
I'm willing to agree to disagree on that one. But if magic is willing to give me more talent like you saw earlier, huh?
You did have them going.
I don't know how either, to be honest. Engrin, I've never done that before.
I know that. You don't have to tell me.
Well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe I wasn't really talking to Marlo though. But maybe that's part of the charm. Like first time, forever. Good luck. That's me. And I obviously am like kind of like rambling and stumbling over my words. And I look to the glass. Tell me, Marlo, what is this?
It's just a simple grain alcohol we make here in town.
Would it be possible for a kobold to get a hold of this?
We have had some kobold raids. Nothing serious. You don't need to be worried.
Of course.
We just kind of yell and wave our hands and they run away most of the time.
They do seem friendly more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. And I kind of lift up like a jug, and I go, "Well, we took this from a rather vicious fellow by the name of Higgs, out in the forest."
Oh, that's one of them. Yeah, I think he's their leader. He's always screaming about being a bandit king, and it's kind of adorable, really.
I see. So this
maybe you could write a song about Higgs the Bandit King.
Perhaps I will. And I kind of like tap like my temple, like, hey, good idea. But then I kind of like regain my composure, and I say, so this is no different from this, and I point to the bottle on the table.
No. Get that from the kobolds? Guessing.
Yeah, yes, I reacquired it. For you, actually. I intend to return the bottle as a gesture of goodwill.
You can keep it.
Okay, good. And I uncork it then, and I down the rest of the kobold moonshine, which I now know is Marlow moonshine. And I say, so no hallucinogenic properties to this, huh?
Not that I know of.
I kind of look to Engrin like, oh shit, like, that's not good. Right. Well, Engrin, mind if we have a word up in the room?
Not at all.
Perfect. I grab the key from the counter, and I say, Marlo, I shall be back to entertain your guests very soon.
Happy to hear it.
And I kind of like hurry up the stairs and look for room 7.
You go up the stairs. It connects to the end of a long hall. There are doors on either side. Room 7 is in the last, fourth of the hallway. And you turn your key, step in. You're on the side of the inn facing the forest. It's a pretty small, simple room. There's 2 beds across from each other with only about 2.5, 3 feet of space in between them. A window is set into the middle of the wall, and there's a common nightstand between the beds.
So I get in there, and I kind of I just go and sit down on one of the beds and wait for Engrin.
Oh, there's a little candle on a little candle holder. Like the pick-up, carry-around type. I don't know what you call those. But it's sitting on the nightstand, unlit.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm following you.
Okay. All right. So, to be honest, I kind of thought that my dreams were the result of drugs. But now I'm not so sure, seeing as...
Well, they're magic.
Right. So did I really talk to Billy?
I think you certainly could have.
Great.
It could have also just been in your head.
Okay, I think it's important that we sit down and have an earnest conversation about what we both saw, and we try to make some sense of it.
That sounds good to me. I mean, I already told you everything I saw. I didn't really get very much information.
Right. So, I spoke to Billy. He said we had to save the world. I don't really know what he meant by that. But then, the old man, from like the second part of the dream. Also, when I met Billy, I think I was standing on the walls of Grovehold. But instead of the town below, it was like a dark, murky water. Anything like that happen in your dream?
No, I was nowhere near Grovehold.
So... Okay. But you're both translucent. We both spoke with old men. Your old man, though, was probably not the same old man that I saw.
Yeah, I have no idea who he was. He was just in armor.
See,
And,
my old man was almost completely naked.
Oh. Yes,
he
that's
had-
very different.
He had 3 attendants. One of them was a woman who was actually quite good looking. And then 2, like, lessers who were working on either on him or something near him. I couldn't quite tell. But I tried to run away from that, you see, because I wanted nothing to do with it. And then I ended up in a library where I found a bunch of tomes. One of the tomes, again, having the sigil of Grovehold on it. There were also a bunch of strange initials. And then the old man found me and said that we had to save the world, but that he had an army for us and that we had to come find him. Unfortunately, I have no idea where he's at.
Did he give you any clue as to who he was?
To be honest, Engrin, I wasn't really paying attention. He was terrifying in almost every aspect, and I wanted nothing more than to wake up and get the hell out of there. But no, I don't think he gave me any identifying statements or anything like that. I believe he was just an old man with a weird metal arm. And other than that, he also had this, of course, the library, which again, that's those words.
Maybe library is a clue. Perhaps there's a library in the world that we could find?
Okay. Right. There has to be. If, of course, it is real and it wasn't just a weird fever dream that we were both having.
Yes. I think it might be both.
Do you really think we have to save the world?
I don't know about that. But it does seem like we have insights into this world that the people around us do not.
Great.
And I think we should go investigate that hut in the morning.
Right. Okay. I don't want to save the world, Engrin. I don't think I'm cut out for it. I don't think either of us are cut out for it, to be honest.
Well, for sure not yet.
Right.
But what if no one else can?
Right,
Are you just gonna stand by and let it be destroyed by these demons you've feared your whole life?
but supposedly demons haven't been seen in, what was it, 300 years, 30 years, something like that?
Until we saw them. There must be some connection between the demons and Grovehold. And no one else will know to look there besides us.
I suppose it's important that we, ask this. Do the people here know about Grovehold? Did you ask Janet?
They didn't think anyone lived there. They didn't know it was called Grovehold. I said that we lived in a town that was self-sustained behind walls, and they said that they had no idea people lived behind the walls.
I kind of like nod my head, and then I kind of like fall back on the bed and just kind of like look up at the ceiling.
Look, Thiradin. If it's not us that have to save the world, we at least have information that this world needs. We should find someone who can do something about it.
And then I sit back up and I kind of look at Engrin. Okay, fine. We'll go to this meeting, and we'll tell them what we know. I just don't want us to get too caught up in this, you know?
I hear you.
Great. Good. I think I've had enough world-saving talk for one night. I'm gonna go back down and own our keep.
All right. Honestly, I'm pretty tired.
Right.
I had the fight with the frog, as you know, and I feel slightly weakened.
You got beat up by a frog.
I'm going to go to sleep.
I'm gonna tell a great story about the brave Engrin Ai, who lost a battle against a tiny little frog.
I did not lose. I intimidated him to stop fighting.
Well, you should consider bathing, by the way. You look... Well, you know how you look. Anyway, Engrin, suppose I'll see you tomorrow.
Indeed.
When we go find this hut and frog again, eh?
Yes, of course.
I walk out the door and I go downstairs and I guess I perform a bit longer just to kind of, make sure Marlowe gets his money's worth.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and roll me performance for the night.
Nice. All right, 11.
We'll say you get 1 copper, 1 silver
Ooh,
in tips from the night.
look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I was going to make money, but goddamn.
Yeah, it's not much, but it's a little bit.
It's a living.
I guess you would make 11 copper, really.
Sweet.
The performance goes well. It's not as, I don't know,
I
magical
think
as that first song.
I'm kind of out of it, yeah. After
Yeah.
talking about the dream and stuff. Also, I think I'm a bit more drunk than I was previously.
You are at least, I don't know, we've had 5.5 shots that were counted. Subtract 2 copper for each drink that you want to have drunk. Once you
I
go
gave
back
him that
downstairs.
silver. I gave him
Yeah.
that silver.
Oh, Ike was keeping track of that, and you guys drank all of that.
All right. I'll bring us down then. I now have 6 silver, 7 copper.
All right, good. Engrin, you fall asleep quite quickly. You do feel pretty hurt.
I'm gonna beat up by a frog.
You've got a lot of scrapes, and there's some not super deep, nothing really serious, but there's some definite puncture wounds along your side from its teeth.
Yeah. I make sure and dress him and stuff before I go to bed.
Yeah, you, with your medical knowledge, are able to completely take care of your wounds, so no infection for you. But yeah, you fall asleep
Nice.
quite quickly. I imagine you wouldn't wake up when Thiradin comes in.
No.
In the morning, you two are woken by the sunlight coming in through the window.
We're doing short rests, right? For 8 hours?
Yes. So yeah, you can
So-
expend a hit die plus your con mod.
Yeah, lay on hands is per long rest.
Oh.
So I've already used it.
We might have to adjust. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. If things need to be adjusted later, I can adjust stuff later. I mean, we played level 0 characters. I'd have no problems with breaking 5e rules and homebrewing shit.
Love to break.
Love to.
I mean, I don't mind having to deal with my lay on hands being once a week.
I think it'll probably work good, and you don't have to use
Yeah.
up the whole pool when you do it.
No.
So I think
just
it should
did
balance
because
out.
I wanted to wake Jacob.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you blasted it all into Thiradin, and it didn't work
Because you have to spend 5 points to cure a disease.
Yeah, that was the only disease that I think will be immune to that, and it wasn't really a disease. This is the reason it didn't work. So if you guys get shingles or mummy rot or
I got yeah, I got
Vampirism,
the
werewolf.
stomach roll.
Yeah.
I do.
yeah, there's lots of things. I feel like
Ro-
vampirism is more
robotism.
of a curse.
My whole body's eating
Right.
itself alive. It is.
Yep.
Oh, Ingrid,
Oh.
I'm not feeling too well.
Yeah, you wake up. You are old man. No, you guys wake up. You're feeling a little better today. Thiradin, you're definitely hungover. Just a little bit. It's very light.
Yeah.
It wasn't as crazy as the past week had been.
Yeah, that was like a easy night, all things considered. In the annals of Thiradin drunk history.
Mm-hmm.
That barely even registered. A mere footnote.
Yep, just another tally mark.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get up. If you head downstairs, they're serving breakfast. It's some kind of scrambled egg and these, I guess it would be like deer sausage. Some kind of like turnip dish that if you guys want to each spend a copper, you can purchase food. Otherwise, did you guys take any of the rations from the kobolds before they took you?
I don't think...
I wouldn't have grabbed anything. That would have been an Engrin thing.
I don't think I did because I didn't think we were going to be taken.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, you buy breakfast.
I'd like breakfast, but I don't have any money.
Yeah. I have some silver. Let's get some food. We need food. We're about to go fight a little tiny frog.
It wasn't tiny. And we don't have to fight it.
So yeah, I scarfed down the eggs and deer sausage.
Here's turnip.
Turnip. And then I kind of look to Engrin and I say, right, well, suppose you'll lead us on this little excursion.
Yeah,
to find
I feel
loathsome
almost
toad.
at my full vitality.
Marlo is walking by where you guys are sitting when you say this, and he just kind of raises his eyebrows at you, but doesn't stop.
And I kind of look to Marlo and I say, oh, he got his ass kicked by a frog yesterday.
I defeated the frog.
I thought you looked a little rough, but I wasn't going to ask.
Little tiny thing.
Ah.
No bigger than my palm, to be honest. Still.
It was bigger than me.
Oh, yes. Those are about. Normally, they don't go after you unless you get into their den, but...
Yes, it was an accident.
Yeah. I mean, glad you came out all right. Definitely...
We worked out our differences.
That's good to hear. He kind of eyes the giant sword on your back, but doesn't say anything, and yeah, goes about his work.
Right. Well,
Off we go.
Wait, Isaiah?
Yes.
Quick question.
Yes.
I am the proud owner of a spell called Disguise Self.
Yes. What are you planning with this guy's self? Oh god, let me pull up the text of it.
Could I use Disguise Self to make me appear like the old man?
Yeah, from what I'm reading, there's no reason that you couldn't.
Interesting. I'm not going to do that right now, but it's nice to know I can do that.
I
And
think
that's going to be something I'll do later.
From what I'm reading, you can look exactly like somebody, but it doesn't change your voice at all. And I'd say anybody that knows that person would definitely have advantage against you.
All right. So, Engrin, I'm going to follow your lead as we go find this vicious frog who kicked your ass. So, after you, my good cousin.
Yeah, I start heading out.
Yeah, you guys head up the road to the north just a little bit, and then break off at a spot that Engrin points out, and spend the next 2 hours walking through the woods. It's quite pleasant.
All the while, I'm trying to probe Engrin for more information about the frog who beat him up.
I'm not having it.
Yeah, I'm trying to write a song about it. About the brave Engrin Ai.
Sir Robin.
The brave Sir Robin.
Yeah, I guess Engrin gives you any details that he wants to give you. That's up to him.
I already gave you all you need to know, and you don't believe me.
Yeah.
This tracks.
I still believe that it was a little tiny, like, bullfrog. Like, yeah, it might have been kind of big, but not big enough to beat up a man.
It was bigger than me. Look at the tooth marks. I show him, like, my side where I got bit.
Yeah, there's some pretty gnarly cuts along his side. They're, say, about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, somewhere in there deep. And they run on both sides of his chest.
I kind of look at him and I kind of nod, like, yeah, sure.
Where else would I have gotten that from?
Look, Engrin, I'm not here to judge your kinks.
I will not respond.
That seems like the appropriate response. Yeah, after 2 hours of walking through the forest, and the nice morning light. It still kind of gets you how low to the horizon you're able to see the sun, both in the morning and at night. But you get to a small clearing. There's a 2-story building. It looks run down, completely empty. The windows are broken out. The roof looks partly collapsed, and through part of it is a large tree growing out. Next to it are completely collapsed stables, and then in front of those is a well in the center of this little clearing where the trees look like they've definitely come in some, especially on one side where you see what I imagine Engrin probably points out is a small stone hut that is completely covered in tree vines, except for a small break towards the front. Or not tree vines, tree roots. Like the trees have grown up and over it, and the roots just wrap around the whole building.
This is the one. Do you see the sigil?
Yeah.
Going over to the door, you're able to push back some of the roots, and you see a dirty stone door. It looks like some of the dirt's been wiped away from the front of it and around the handle. And sure enough, there's a shallow carving of the Grovehold symbol right on the front face. There's a small crescent handle dug into the door. Looks like it swings inwards. It's made out of the same kind of stone as the large bricks placed around it.
Go ahead, open it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a quick perception.
Mm-hmm.
Or would it be investigation to see if there's any?
Yeah, so it's investigation to look for anything physical.
Sweet. Ooh, natural 20.
There we go. Standing there and looking at the door before you touch it at all, you notice it does look old. The dirt buildup shows age, but the stone itself, it doesn't seem worn at all. But it is covered in trees that look a couple hundred years old. They don't look new by any means. The sigil on the door looks like it was part of the original construction. It's finally made, done by some kind of artisan craftsman.
And it's definitely the sigil of Grovehold.
Definitely. It's that 12-arm radial design.
Perfect. And I kind of look back at Engrin and I kind of shrug like, this is interesting. I don't know what it is, but good find.
We need to get it open.
Right. Do you have any idea how we do that?
When I sensed the magic that was keeping me from opening it, it seemed like it was a similar magic as to the one that was on the box.
Huh. Okay.
But beyond that, that seemed to be the only clue I had. But I don't know, I didn't have a good idea. You were the one who solved the box, so I hoped maybe you would have a better idea.
Kind of roll my eyes. And then I walk over to the the door and I put my hand kind of up to it. And I kind of concentrate on it for just a second. Anything?
Are you trying to, like, do something with magic?
I guess.
Roll me, I guess if you're trying to use magic, just roll me, like, charisma with proficiency.
Okay. Ooh. Alright, 22.
22. You reach out and place your hand on the face of the door. The stone's cool to the touch. And you definitely feel that little, like, tinkle of magic as you focus. The cold door falls away and you close your eyes and you're able to sense this barrier wrapped around the entirety of this hut.
Okay.
It feels exactly like the magic that was on that box. And you recognize that this barrier's there, but it doesn't seem imposing to you in any way. It doesn't seem
right.
Like it doesn't seem like a problem at all. You see no reason why it would stop you.
Okay. So the door itself though is now gone.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No. You just, it was just like your sense of the door as you focused in on the magic.
Gotcha. Okay, so I kind of pull back and I look at Engrin and I go, well, it is magic, and as far as I'm aware, it's the same kind of magic that was on the box.
Well, can you open it?
Kind of shrug, like, maybe? And then, yeah, I guess I'm going to attempt to open it.
Yeah, you...
So, in my attempt, I'm trying to remember what I did to open up the box originally. It was...
think
Oh, goodness.
I think you just like yanked it out of his hands and kind of threw it in the air.
Yeah, like I didn't do anything like that magical, all things considered. So I guess, again, I'm just going to try and like... You know how the Fonz kind of does the thing where he hits something and like it'll open?
Not really, but I can imagine it.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like... I just kind of like pop it with like my fist, and then I kind of like go, "Ayo," and see if it opens.
You go, "Ayo," huh?
Ayo!
All right. You take your fist and you just do a sturdy hit on the door, and it swings open.
What?
And I kind of look back at Engrin like, "Hey, got the touch, you know?"
I tried so hard. Why? Wait.
I guess I'm just better at magic than you. I kind of give him a wink, like.
What's going on here? I look up to the gods, and I ask, "What's going on here?"
I kind of just shake my fist, like I got the touch, man. What can I say? I mean, this is who I am now, supposedly.
All right. Well, I want to go in.
Yeah, after you.
I go in.
As you step inside, it is very dimly lit in here. There's light streaming in from the door, and there was a few thin, dark windows of thick blue glass that leave a very dim blue light in this room. It's a L-shaped room with one corner consisting of a large fireplace. Looks like a cooking, heating kind of deal. One part of the L is a nook with a bed, standing wardrobe, and a nightstand. On the other part, there is a table with 3 chairs around it, and over one of the chairs is slung a quiver of arrows. Across from you, at the end of the part of the room with the table, is another door. Engrin, you realize this would be the back door that you saw before walking around the building. And over the fireplace is a fine-looking silver bow with a blue leather wrap on it that's hanging up above the mantle. Everything in here is free of dust. It looks completely untouched by any of the weathering outside the building.
I looked at Engrin like, "Ooh, this is creepy as hell." But I also noticed the bow, so I walk over to it, and I kind of like reach out to it, and kind of like I'm kind of like holding my hand before I touch it to see if I sense anything off.
Are you looking for traps or magic or?
Kind of both. I'm investigating if there is a magical aura, but I'm also investigating for like mechanical or physical traps.
Okay, so roll me a regular investigation for the physical traps. Roll me an investigation using your investigation proficiencies, but your charisma mod for the magic.
Okay. That is a 15 on just the base investigation, and a 14 on... So I'm rolling an investigation, but just adding my charisma instead?
Correct.
Sweet. So, yep, 14.
Cool. You stop and take a look at the situation. It doesn't seem like there's any traps here. It's just resting on a set of 2 wooden pegs that are sticking out and up at an angle. It's like they could hold a bow or a sword or some kind of painting or something.
Sweet.
And as far as magic, you do get a little bit of a tingle of magic with the bow, but nothing that feels menacing or trap-like to you.
Right.
You would have to cast Identify on it if you wanted to know what's up with the bow specifically.
I grab the bow, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's got a nice weight. You cast Identify and kind of spin it around in your hands. The first thing you notice isn't from Identify, but it's just the make of the bow. About halfway up the front of the bow, on the top and halfway down the bottom, is the Sigil of Grovehold set into them.
Nice.
You kind of look it over. It looks like it matches Engrin's sword in many ways.
Huh.
The string is quite sturdy, and then using Identify on it, it feels like it has that same kind of anti-demon enchantment on the bow. And you feel like this thing was made for fighting demons. Or at least, if not made... you feel like this thing was made for doing other stuff and then enchanted to fight demons.
Wait.
Yes,
There's an anti-demon enchantment on the greatsword?
there is. It was briefly kind of mentioned, but you hadn't met demons yet. But yes.
Do I need to know that?
It's more on my end, but yeah, it's a good thing.
Cool.
So I pick up this bow, and I kind of like look to Engrin, like this is a weapon, and I kind of hold it up, and I don't pull back the draw, but I kind of test its weight, and if it feels good,
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It's solid.
Looks very fine.
It is it's a good longbow.
Beautiful weapon. Nice.
I want to look in the end stand, or the bed stand thing.
Yeah, you open the nightstand, and inside it's mostly empty except for a single gold ring with some flowers decorating it.
Oh, pretty.
Like, set on it, and then in the middle is a 1/4-inch cross sapphire.
Ooh.
It jingles in the drawer when you open it.
Well, I'll grab the sapphire, and I'll put the ring on.
You put on the ring. It doesn't feel magical in any way, but it does look nice.
I like that. Is there only the one drawer?
I'll say there's a second drawer, but it is also empty.
Okay, so this place doesn't look like it looks obvious. Like it doesn't look abandoned though, right? Because of the it doesn't. There's no dust. There's no signs of abandonment at all. Correct?
Correct.
But it has to be. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be unless there's another magic user out there, which I guess there is.
Is there any signs that there's been someone here recently? Like food or like a fire or anything like that? Water?
No, none of that. It doesn't look... I mean, it looks like people could have just been in this room, but there's no sign, no heat, nothing like that. And from what you remember, Engrin, both the front and the back door had quite a bit of dirt caked up at the bottom, leaves and stuff that it didn't look like anybody had opened the doors at all in a long time.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, I'm gonna take this longbow.
Cool. I will also point out and remind that there is a quiver of arrows at the table.
Yes. Yeah, I will take the arrows as well.
Add 15 arrows to your inventory.
Ah, sweet.